Morning, you guys. Welcome back to a new vlog. I have been a bit MIA from YouTube and I apologize. I feel like I've been focusing a lot more on short form content and I'm really trying to find a way to prioritize both, but I still love YouTube so much. I'm currently getting ready, having coffee. Tomorrow I'm headed to LA for the week to see Siggy's family, also to go see my talent manager. Just preparing for that today. Kind of a lot to do in advance. And you guys, I actually haven't been on a plane in over a year, which is kind of insane, especially if you've been following me for a while. I used to travel so much. I think it's a combination of things. The last time I was on a plane was to LA for a friend's wedding. It was lovely, but if you saw that vlog, you might remember that we had an extreme dog sitter horror story, and I honestly have only left my dogs with someone once since then. I've found a way to bring them on any possible road trip we've done since. The other time I left them was with a trainer. Luckily this time we have a friend, a very dear long-term friend who's coming to stay with them. But oh my gosh, basically the situation last time, in summary, we found a sitter on Rover who we'd actually used before and she was great. And looking back, I remember she told us she was sober at the time, and I think she had just relapsed the next time that we had her. She was only in our house for one night, but she threw a party. She drank all of our alcohol. I woke up in LA feeling like something was wrong. I had Siggy check the camera and we found her slumped over the steering wheel with the horn going. It looked like the doors were open in our house and it was obviously very concerning. We couldn't get in contact with her. There were other people in our house. It could have been so much worse. We only had one dog at the time and thankfully he was so fine. She left. She never spoke to us again. And some friends that lived about an hour and a half away were our savior in that moment. They came to rescue him and he stayed with them for the next couple days. But I think that made me really anxious to travel and leave anyone with them, especially since adopting a new dog who has some issues. But you know, I need to deal with my separation anxiety. I'm just trying to remind myself that there's like a reason that I'm feeling this nervous, because that's what happened last time. I'm getting ready. I just got sent this beautiful package from Say Beauty. I've never actually used any of their products before and they sent me some different ones to try. I just applied their slip tint and it gives such a natural coverage. I really like it.
Sorry, baby.
No, you're good. Leaving in like 15. I also haven't used a powder blush in forever, and I used their Super Suede blush and it went on so nicely. It doesn't apply quite as bright as it looks. So far loving it. I know they're one of the it beauty brands right now. This morning, a sort of boring errand. We have to go get a car inspection and our car registration updated. I actually got pulled over the other day for being expired and the car's in Siggy's name, so the officer did let me get away with it, but we have to go get that sorted because our friend that's staying here is borrowing our car and I don't want him to get in any trouble. And I need to come home and pack. I'm deciding if I want to do my roots before this trip. They definitely need done. It always weirds me out that on this camera my roots never look that bad, but on iPhone sometimes it makes me look like I'm literally balding and it makes me feel really insecure. But then when I look at myself in the mirror of this camera, I'm like, oh, it's fine actually. It's just because my roots are so much lighter than the black hair. But oh my gosh, I am so glad that I dyed my hair black again. My confidence is so much better and I keep looking at old photos of myself with other hair colors and it's just hard to look at. Of course, this is taking way longer than expected, but that's how things always go at the DMV. Went to our specialty food store and picked up some things for lunch. Kombucha. As I mentioned earlier, I'm just feeling anxious today and I think it's just with the travel. I don't know why I'm like this. I need to just chill out, but this kombucha, very yummy. It tastes like Christmas. I've never seen this brand before. just filmed a little PR unboxing and giveaway for TikTok, but I'm gonna share some quick fire favorites with you guys. I know I usually do those giveaways here on YouTube, but I try to do them quarterly just because I get to receive so many amazing things for my job, and it's all because of you guys, so I love to share the love. I just got some new shoes in the mail from Steve Madden. How incredible are these? I'm honestly shocked by the quality for the price of these. They are so beautiful. They're very like Fila Navrazova, and I think I'm gonna get so much wear out of them in the summer. Then I also picked out a pair of thong heeled suede sandals from them. And Puma sent me their new Speed Cat. I do wish these were black, but red is really next best. I will totally wear these to an F1 race when I'm supporting Ferrari, even though I kind of support all the teams. A message that I freaked out about recently that came in my inbox was from Cup. I have been a Cup lover for years now. They're pretty much the only bras I wear, and they gifted me one of their Balconette mesh bras. I already have like 5 or 6 of these, but they're quite old. They're still working, but having a new one is very nice. These lounge pants I am living in. You guys need these. I have a Skims pair that is kind of similar, but these are truly so much better. Not to pit them against each other, I'm definitely going to be purchasing some of these for myself. I actually can't believe this is my life, that these are gifts that I received. Valentino sent over some fragrances, and Prada sent over their new mascara and a new natural deodorant alert. I am an each and every stan. Their natural deodorant is made of coconut oil, and it's incredible. I'm actually out of it, and this came right in time for me to try something else out, and this is a close rival for sure. This is Athena Club's All Over Deo. It smells incredible. It's a vanilla sandalwood scent. I haven't decided if I will make the full switch, but this is really good. I will spare you some additionals in case you saw my TikTok, but Caraway also sent over their nonstick cookware, and how beautiful is this? I don't normally store beauty products in here. I'm trying to sort out my entertainment for this flight. Monday, can you get out of the shot, lady? I am currently reading Braiding Sweetgrass. I'm really enjoying this. This has been on my list for years. I don't know why it took me so long to read this. A lot of it actually takes place in my region, which is super cool. I would say if you enjoyed Women Who Run with the Wolves, you're gonna love this. I'm sure I will finish it soon. I wanted a novel to read while I'm reading this, and I just finished Small Things Like These. I finished it in one sitting. I had no idea it was as short as it was. I feel like I've been reading so many novels lately that have Irish characters or they take place in Ireland, and it's made me so interested in the history. It's not really something I ever really learned about in school unless I just don't remember. Small Things Like These made me incredibly sad, and also learning that these things were going on up until quite recently. It was still a really beautiful book, and I would recommend. I need to download another novel for myself though. In podcasts, I've really been loving the Female Founder podcast. It's funny not being a business owner anymore. I mean, I guess I still am of like my social media business, but I don't really consider it quite the same. I am still obsessed with founder podcasts, entrepreneur related podcasts, money related podcasts, pretty much everything in that space. Female Founder podcast is just kind of another version of how I built this, but with only female entrepreneurs, mostly in the fashion and beauty space. And then I've also really been enjoying Maggie Seller's new podcast called Hot Smart Rich. She also interviews founders. She works as an angel investor, and hearing her perspective is super interesting as well. So I downloaded a few of each of those. And then I'm also going to be downloading F1 Beyond the Grid episodes because I am behind. I'm such an F1 girl. This season already has so much going on. Guys, we got all the way to the airport just to find out our trip isn't for another month. I wasn't the one that booked the flights, Siggy did. I don't fault him at all because this is totally something I could have done too. We woke up at like 4 a.m. We had everything in place for our trip. We parked at the airport, then on the shuttle we realized we couldn't check in. That's because our flight was a month away. No idea how that happened. We sat there for a couple hours and tried to sort out if there were any realistic options for continuing our trip as we thought it was going to be because, you know, we already had everything in place, like I said. Both of our schedules can be very last minute, especially his. We can't really plan that far in advance, but all of the immediate travel would have cost us thousands of dollars and we couldn't get a refund on our flight, so we decided just to come home. And we're gonna go on the dates that we actually booked for. So silly that I was so anxious about traveling and then not even traveling, but have you guys ever done that? It's kind of humiliating. Things could obviously be a million times worse, but that's what happened to me. I am about to head into the city for some shopping and a dinner with friends. I am wearing this Vivienne Westwood polo top, a vintage trench. It's very rainy, gloomy today. These are my favorite jeans by Agoldi, Margiela Tabby boots, and my Elena Roth calf hair bag. I will try to link similar pieces for everything down below. I believe it's snowing out there again, and it's basically mid-April. I am about to head to one of my favorite places upstate, the Ashokan Reservoir. I spend as much time as I can there, to be honest, especially when the weather warms up. It sort of replaces my snowboarding habit, and I'm excited because I get to film a climate-related Instagram campaign there. This is one of my favorite clients I've ever worked with. This is my second time working with them, and I'm just so stoked that I basically get to shit on Trump for my job today. We don't even have to get into all of it here. I imagine most of you feel the same as me. The news is crazy right now, and I think we like to use these things as an escape. But I need to get going because I think it's supposed to rain soon.